Hey, and welcome to The Solid Verbal. Now would be a perfect time to consider subscribing. Yeah, that little subscribe button for year-round premium college football content. That's it. Here's the video. Enjoy. Subscribe.
Do you have any predictions, Bill, for the second half of the season? Just maybe things that you have been tracking through your own course of study through the first 7 weeks of the season, or things, that you hope to see?
There's kind of, obviously, we have to ramp up and start talking about the playoffs soon. And it's funny because I have a dread scenario and an, oh my God, that would be the most amazing thing in the world scenario kind of simultaneously. The dread scenario is there is a non-zero chance our playoff this year is an Alabama-Georgia rematch and an Ohio State-Michigan rematch. And that sounds like the grossest thing I could possibly imagine. Like, that's very much non-zero. And, nobody, that's just, that's horrible. So that balances out the feelings of excitement I get from a potential, number one, from a potential Tennessee Ole Miss SEC Lane Kiffin versus Tennessee SEC title game.
Yes.
That is also absolutely on the table. Georgia hosts Tennessee. So it's probably not going to happen, but it's non-zero. And that's amazing. And you can fiddle with this. If Alabama ends up actually out, whether it's Ole Miss that beats them, whether it's just Georgia in the title game, whatever it is, you look at the number of teams that could get a playoff bid. One of those, like if I told you this at the beginning of the season kind of things, whether it's Ole Miss, whether it's Tennessee, whether it's TCU, whether it's UCLA, there are just a lot of really fun teams.
Whether it's Oregon after the Georgia game. And
then I get to preview a Georgia-Oregon rematch where the whole thing is me trying to convince myself, no, it really could be different this time.
Yeah.
No, there are just a lot of those teams out there right now that are making this really fun. Clemson, that's kind of another worst-case scenario for me, is just Clemson is going to win out despite being elite at nothing this year, and is going to lose to Georgia, kind of that 24-6 game they had against Alabama that one year in the playoff. That's not any fun. Maybe they have time to find another gear and become elite at something. But right now they're elite at nothing, and they're just winning games because they're slightly better than their opponents. So I hope that changes if they keep winning. But no, like the number of fun stories, the number of different one-loss Big 12 champions that are still out there right now that probably won't get to the finish line with one loss, but could. TCU's undefeated. Oklahoma State's got a loss. Kansas State has a loss. A lot of really fun teams. There's a lot of these fun stories. And then there's this dark cloud of Michigan, Ohio State, Alabama, Georgia hanging over everything that I hope doesn't play out, but absolutely could.